Hey everybody! Today we are going to start this project, the make a fidget spinner project. And you need to do a few things to get this rolling. I'm going to teach you two skills today. One you've already, and another one you've already learned. I'm going to teach you how to project geometry, and I'm going to teach you how to do a circular pattern. The skill you already know how to do is to insert a part from the McMaster car uh, library of parts. McMaster car, we live right here on the insert stuff. There's lots of things you can insert into your project. You're going to click on the McMaster part and you're going to enter in the part number that I gave you, which is K972K91. Hit enter and it's a ball bearing. Fidget spinners have ball bearings. You want the 3D step file. So if this is the SolidWorks file, you can change it to 3D step and download. And you hit OK. It's sitting here on your workspace. Interestingly, it is kind of in the middle. That works. It's fine. So that's how you insert one. You can copy and paste this as well. So copy and paste and make more if you want more. Your design might include two. So if it does, um, you can copy and paste to make more. How do I delete this? Go away. Cool. We have our bearing. Now I want to make a fidget spinner around this. I don't have a design in mind at the moment, but I want to show you what I would do if I did have a design in mind. And that is, we need to project some geometry from this. Now, I know because I have inserted this already, and I found this bearing online, that this is a specific diameter on the outside and the inside. 22 inches on the outside and 22 millimeters rather on the outside and 8 millimeters on the inside. And you could make some uh, circles that are that diameter, and that's totally fine. But if you have a part and you don't necessarily know the dimensions, you can still use it in this situation. And what you would do is you would use project geometry. When you hit the create tab, and you can go down here to project and include. Click on project. It's not project, it's project. What you're doing is you're taking the geometry from something that already exists, and you are projecting it onto your new sketch. So what I want is the outside diameter right here. And I click on it, and it turns blue. And if I wanted the insert side diameter, I could click on that, and it would turn blue as well. And I can click OK, and now I have a circle there. If you want to know the exact size, you can click inspect in that circle, and it says the diameter is 22 millimeters, just like I specified. What do you do with that? So you could then use this circle to then create your object, um, your spinner here, because that is now the inside diameter of my fidget spinner. But you know, like I know, that there's an issue here. When you take two things and they're the exact same size, they're not going to fit together. So we want to use this offset tool to create a circle that's slightly larger. Let's say 0.35 millimeters larger. And that'll leave enough clearance for the 3D printer that is making your fidget spinner to have a little bit of an error, and maybe the manufacturer of the bearing itself is not going to be perfect. Um, so there we go. Now we have a perfectly concentric circle that is slightly larger than the bearing. And now I can turn off the bearing if I want. That goes away. If I want to make another circle, I can do that. Let's make it 100 in diameter. and finish it up. Now I can extrude this right here. Let's say, oh, so one thing to note is that the bearing here is right in the middle. So if you want to do an extrusion, you're probably going to want to do it in both directions. So do a symmetric extrusion, both directions, say 4 millimeters, and that should be exactly just a little bit larger than the bearing itself. Pretty cool, right? We can then change the appearance of our body to make it a little bit more noticeable that it's something else. Let's do colors. How do you do colors? Paint, glossy, let's do yellow. Why not? Cool. Oh, that's both parts. That's not what I wanted. Oh well, not a big deal. Make that go away. Okay, so that is project geometry. It's a really, really helpful tool. Now, let's say I want to make my fidget spinner a bit more interesting. I'm going to make a pattern here on the surface. And you could do this a few ways, like a few geometries. I'm going to do a quick arc, say from here, a little bit above that, because I want a ring around my component, my bearing. And do another one, say here. I don't know what this should look like. I'm flying off the cuff here. I'm going to make a guide circle real quick. Should have done that earlier. And maybe I can move this right there. Well, looks cool. That's fine. I don't know if this looks cool or not, but so I have this like wing happening right there. I gotta move this off. And so I have this wing. I want to make a pattern out of it. I made an error. Anyway, so I want to make a pattern. I'm going to come down here to create circular patterns. Since this is a circle, I want this to go around like that. That's what I'm missing. I want that over here. There we go. There we go. Circular pattern. I want to pattern this line and this line. I'm going to select them both. I want them to go around in a circle. So the center point of the circle is what I want to pattern this around. And it automatically chooses three, um, and it patterns it around the outside. And if I want, say, 8 of these, I could do that. And that looks pretty cool, like a saw blade. If I only wanted 2, it would evenly space them. You can change the spacing. If you don't want it to be a full all the way around, you can do a specified angle if you want to. And this is just a way to make your items go around in a circle, and it looks pretty cool. I'm going to do 9. Something about 9 looks fine to me. Cool. So now I have this pattern. I'm going to finish my sketch real fast. I'm going to go over here, and now I want to make all of these negative spaces go away. So I'm going to choose extrude. I'm going to extrude all of these. Make them go away. I don't want a new body. I want to cut down, make it go away. Click OK. And now I have this interesting looking fidget spinner part. I can make the bearing come back, and it lives right there. Pretty cool, right? Now, you're going to want to make caps for the center of this bearing. And once you do that, you can turn these individual components into, make them components from the body. So you can start doing the assembly, which is pretty cool. The ball bearing is already a component. When it looks like this little box, it has turned into a component. All right. So that is how you do circular patterns as well as projecting geometry.